box office, I'll be talking to rising star Dan Stevens about playing Charles Dickens in The Man Who Invented Christmas and how he would feel if the Bond producers came calling.
If we shot it in Dublin, I'd be all over it. I loved working there.
We'll also be reviewing the US box office hit Wonder, starring Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson.
Where is that about?
And with speculation mounting around Ben Affleck's tenure as Batman, we look at who his possible successor could be. Hello, and you're very welcome to Box Office with me, Lisa Cannon. Last week, Justice League had a disastrous opening weekend, which could spell serious trouble for the DC cinematic universe. Let's find out stateside if Justice League has gained any traction or suffered a steep decline. It's the US Box Office report.
More daddy!
The comedy Adam Sandler is probably raging he couldn't make. After that comedic turn, Dan Stevens scored huge success playing the lovelorn Beast in Disney's live-action version of Beauty and the Beast. I recently sat down with a rising star in London to talk about playing Charles Dickens, filming here in Ireland, and what he thinks about playing James Bond.
It's about a miser's lament, Christmas ghost story, Christmas song.
This enchanting film was shot in Dublin, so before we even got started, Dan wanted to take the opportunity to thank all of his Irish colleagues.
I would love to say hi to all the Dublin crew. We had such a great time making this, and they were amazing. I had no idea how much of Georgian Dublin is still there, standing, beautiful, unspoiled. And yeah, we filmed all over.
You're in Gardner Street, right?
We were in Gardner Street,
Bray.
We were in Bray. We built a studio in some sort of meat locker out on the sort of west side of the city. But we were in all sorts of really, really beautiful locations, and yeah, it was fantastic.
This will encourage children to put down their iPhones and start reading some classic novels like we did in school.
That would be lovely if that was an outcome of this story. I think if anybody goes away and is intrigued to read a bit more Dickens or read him differently or be less afraid to approach him, and I think that's what it did for me. I went back and looked at works that I thought I knew and saw them in a whole new light, just appreciating the man who invented Christmas.
Mr. Scrooge, you and I are going to do wonderful things together. Merry Christmas to one and all.
James Bond, your name has come up.
Has it?
Bond. James Bond.
What are your thoughts if you were offered the role of Bond?
If we shot it in Dublin, I'd be all over it. I loved working there. Let's say that. That's my answer.
Ooh, he's giving nothing away there, but what about his recent completion of Apostle, the eagerly anticipated period thriller directed by Gareth Evans, who brought us the Raid films? Apostle.
My Brexit movie.
Yes.
Yeah, love that boy. The Welsh Tarantino. Just absolutely a very, very gifted filmmaker. Just so excited and engaged. It was a tough shoot. We were shooting down in Swansea last spring, and you know it was amazing. But it's unlike anything I've done before.
That's enough. Back to work.
God bless us, everyone.
Lovely guy, Dan Stevens, and Virgin TV customers can now see his breakout role in Downton Abbey with On Demand. A little later on the show, we'll be reviewing his new film, The Man Who Invented Christmas, but now on Box Office, it's competition time. Fans dishing out gongs for the best and worst in movies in 2017. I can't wait. Now on Box Office, let's find out what are the must-see releases available to Virgin TV customers with On Demand. Well, that's it for another Box Office, but on next week's show, it's our inaugural Box Office Awards. We're going to be revealing the best and the worst from the year in film. You don't want to miss it. We're going to leave you now with the trailer for the intriguing new horror A Quiet Place, starring John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. From me, Lisa Cannon, and the rest of the Box Office team, take care. Bye-bye.